Welcome back, YouTube. It's your host, Bruce GNT. And for today's video, we're going to talk about what just happened in Chicago. So I pay attention to not much news outside of like the Georgia area and the New York area, mostly those two areas. But occasionally I pay attention to what goes on in Chicago, what goes on in certain parts of California, like LA, Oakland, San Francisco, even Florida at times. So the reason I want to focus in on this is because it highlights something that I've been talking about for a little while, and then we're going to jump to another video where it definitely highlights something that I've been bringing up, especially lately within these past 2 weeks. So let's jump right in.
Using his voice to change laws, not only here in the city of Chicago, but the state, to 17-year-old Isaiah Burden being shot multiple times here in this park in West Ridge in what police say was a robbery at the hands of another teenager.
But today I'm standing here to break that silence.
A young voice for change almost silenced in an armed robbery.
He shot him, and then as my son was on the ground, he took the backpack off his body, took his phone away.
It happened last month while the 17-year-old Mather High School student and youth leader, Isaiah Burden, was waiting for a friend at a park near Granville and Hoyne in West Ridge. His father speaking with me over the phone about the near-deadly encounter.
Somebody just came up behind him, blocked him off with a scooter, pulled out a gun, said, "Give me your stuff." He was like, "I'm not giving nothing to you." And the kid kept saying, "Oh, I'm broke. I need that backpack. I need that phone."
Isaiah then tried to run away toward kids playing soccer nearby.
From what he told me, he said, "I'm thinking, oh, he won't shoot me because I'm in this park surrounded by people and kids."
He was shot 3 times. Chicago police announcing today the arrest of another 17-year-old boy now charged with attempted murder and armed robbery.
We deserve to heal. We deserve to be heard, and we deserve real support.
The attack coming just months after Isaiah gave a speech in Springfield in May, pushing for legislation to prohibit AI therapy in Illinois.
We need real people who care for us.
His efforts also backing the youth-led initiative in Chicago this summer against a now failed city curfew ordinance.
Because Isaiah was in the hospital, they still went to City Hall and they still fought that bill.
I want to see my son grow up. I want to see him live a long life.
God bless the fact that he was able to survive, truly. And, it's a good thing because I can't imagine what that father might feel knowing that his son and all the work that he's trying to do within the community and his life would have been ended by someone that most likely is part of the community. That would have been terrible. But I talk about this because I pay attention to what goes on in Chicago. That mayor, Brandon Johnson, man, I don't know. He's a slimy one. And the reason I say that is because I've seen a lot of different things with him. I've seen the hearing when it came to they brought up the mayors of sanctuary cities and everything like that. I saw that hearing and I just pay attention. I've been looking at him for the past year or so. Well, middle of last year to now. I don't know how he got in. I don't know how y'all let that happen. That's pretty shocking because this is the same man that talked about, and I haven't talked about it on this channel yet, but I will address it. Trump bringing in National Guard and everything like that to Chicago because Chicago is bad. And he's sitting up there going, no, we don't need it. We just need more money because it's always more money that they need. Even though they're I think this fiscal year, they're in $1 billion deficit and it's going to be higher next year because the year before then, I want to say it was $800 million or something like that deficit. And not only that, they don't have enough money to fund for their schools. So teachers and students will both suffer. But yet, they want more money because apparently putting more money to something that's failing consistently is going to work. And when they have the ability to have more people on the ground, more boots on the ground, you may not like it, but at the end of the day, what's going on in Chicago is crazy. He doesn't want that. And he's trying to say that people in Chicago also don't want that, which is not true. I've been to Chicago a few times. I know how I felt. I think I talked about it on the channel. Chicago's about that life. There's certain parts that I was at and I was like, yeah, I can't be here for too long because I already know what's going to happen. I had a cousin, he was up there the other day and I was telling him, yo, cuz, be careful up there. And he told me, he was a jokester. He was telling his boy that he wanted to go see the hood. He said his friend took him there. He was like, no, we got to go. And he grew up in Brooklyn. And he was like, no, we got to go. He's like, I can't be here. Can't be here. It is no joke up there. It's no joke. I could have sworn I heard something a little while back. This guy was on Facebook Live in Chicago, I'm guessing his own hood, and people stopped his car, robbed and killed him. But yet when you talk to people like Brandon Johnson, it's like, oh no, everything's fine. Crime is down. Crime is down. Tell that to the people that had to suffer injustices and scary things like this. That's one of the things I hate when they say stuff like that. Crime is down, yet there's constant shootings. I could have sworn this past weekend, what? How many people got killed? Shot? Not killed, but shot? Come on now. Come on now. Same thing for New York too. I gotta hold my state accountable. They do the same shit. You know, Mayor Adams, he changed it a little bit because he's trying to, get himself back in there. But the whole thing's a travesty. But the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I've been advocating and saying that, hey, look, we should probably enact something to where if we have these young kids, below the age of 18 doing these crimes, something has to be done because apparently these parents just don't give a damn. So we need to hit them when it hurts. Their time or their pockets. And in this next story, right? This is a few days old. A woman in New York, her son, which I can't remember if he's 11, but we'll find out in the next video. He's too young to be charged, so they're charging her ass. So let's jump right in.
Holding a mother accountable for out-of-control criminal behavior by her child. It's something police have been reluctant to do, but it just happened in Utica. A rare arrest, and police did it to prove a point and get other parents to exert more authority over their children. This week, police arrested 36-year-old Nutro Muhammad. Authorities say her 11-year-old son has been involved in at least 4 felonies: robbery, fire at a Walmart, stolen cars, and more. Because of his age, police say they...
11 years old and you have 4 felonies. 4 felonies. And what the mama doing? Where's the father? That's my question. Now, it might seem rich coming from me. I didn't have my daddy in my life either. But guess what? I didn't have no 4 felonies at 11 years old. I wasn't moving like that. Hopefully, other states, cities, whatever, can see this and see that maybe this might be the right direction.
Can't charge him criminally. So they've turned their attention to the mother. Late today, Utica Police Lieutenant Michael Curley and I talked about some of the specifics of this case, why police and prosecutors took this very rare step, and what they're hoping comes of it. What message do you hope that this sends to folks in Utica and beyond?
So this is a very unique situation, considering the age of the child, the amount of crimes that he's been in, the lack of the ability for the police and the community to really do anything about it, coupled with the fact that Raise the Age has just kind of run amok amongst the juvenile population with this case in particular, and the fact that under 12 cannot be prosecuted in any criminal facility or family court. We felt it prudent that we had to do something in this respect.
When you arrested this mother in particular and explained why she was going to be placed under arrest, what was the reaction?
I mean, certainly she was unhappy, as dictated by our press release, and certainly I think everyone can understand that by the charge in of itself, this is not the first contact we've had with this mother. It wasn't that a simple juvenile stole a pack of gum from a local convenience store and we're charging a mother for an uncare of a juvenile. This child has been in a multitude of felonies, to include robberies, burglaries, stolen vehicles, and a fire at Walmart. So it's not as if these aren't just true public nuisance crimes as well. So this kid isn't just out stealing things, as we said. He's not throwing rocks through windows. This is a case where a juvenile has created a multitude of major safety issues, and the mom has just been unwilling to try to stem those behaviors.
And you're sure it's unwilling, not unable?
Well, I think there is a very fine line between unwilling and unable. Once you've been notified, informed, and offered services on a multitude of occasions, and you're just not taking advantage of those things, nor attempting in any facility to try to rein in your child's behavior, what are we as the public and we as the police to assist the public supposed to do? Just allow the kid to continue wantonly committing crimes, committing violent crimes, and out there at all hours of the night without supervision? I think it was incumbent upon us just to prove a point that these kind of behaviors will not be allowed, obviously in very certain circumstances. Each and every time we've talked to mom, she either states she doesn't know where he is, or he snuck out, or he's out doing things. And these crimes aren't just occurring at 6 p.m. They're occurring at 1 a.m., at midnight, and later in the morning hours, in which it is their due diligence and their care to make sure their child has proper supervision. And each and every time we've encountered this child and brought him home and spoke to mom, we found that it has been a lack of all care, supervision, and neglect potentially. I mean, obviously that's a charge that can be explored later down the line, but things that just cannot continue due to, one, the age of the child and the serious nature of these crimes.
Is there any worry that coming down on mom could make the life of the child worse if mom is saddled with court time, fines, whatever?
He has 4 felonies at 11, and these aren't just like normal things. fires in Walmart, stolen cars, armed robbery. I don't know if it's armed robbery. Maybe I misheard. But robbery? What the fuck? Can we be real? I don't like saying this often, right? And I feel truly sorry for this child. I do believe that there may be very, very, very rarely children that are just born kind of evil. This might be one of them. I do still feel sorry for this child because, I mean, I don't know. It's just, the whole thing is sad. It's truly sad and it's heartbreaking. At the end of the day, he's right. What do you want us to do? We can't keep just letting it slide and you don't give a damn. You're just like, oh, I don't know where he's at. So you just have kids and you just don't, what are you doing? What's happening here? And then let me just say this, right? Stuff like this escalates. He already has 4 felonies at 11. I just talked about how those 4 young men, the youngest one being 12, for murder, right? A life sentence in jail. He coming out, that's it, he's done, he's cooked. This dude's 11, following right behind. It's gonna get worse. So they have to nip it in the bud. You know, yeah, his life might be more difficult, I guess, but it seems like he was already neglected and not really being taken care of by his mother anyway, so there's not gonna be that much of a difference. Truly is not. He's leaving the house late at night. She has no idea where he is. It's not that much of a shift. Sad, but it's not that much of a shift.
Potential jail time, something like that things could end up worse for the kid.
Understood. It's a concern. However, I think in this case, it is endangering the welfare of the child. So we are arguing that mom's behavior has created a situation which either allows this child to act in this behavior or has been unable and unwilling to take care to cease this behavior. So I would argue that mom's own behavior has created the situation in this child's life that he is just free and wanton to do what he wants. And we need to stem that behavior somehow. And if this requires mom to get the services, to adhere to the services and comply with services, I think we've helped the child in the long run.
In this case, Utica police say they went for a misdemeanor charge against the mother, hoping to get her attention but not upend the family. The punishment could be probation.
Look at her face. She don't give a damn. She don't. I've rarely seen mothers like this, once or twice, where you look at them and you could just see that they just truly don't care. And I don't know if they had kids and they got defeated. Something happened. But I've seen this twice before where it was like, I felt bad for that kid. Like, there are kids out there, I say that they're the ones that just never had a chance. Mama ain't shit, daddy ain't shit, no one else to take care of them. Their older sibling, if they have older siblings, out there doing worse than them. I've seen those kids, man, and it's sad because they don't last long. They don't. Either dead, crippled, or in jail. I know quite a few people that are dead. Not many that are crippled and in jail. I know quite a few. But looking at her face, she don't care. She don't care. She don't care. Whatever is going on with her, or yeah. And honestly, it looks like she might be on something. Maybe she's just tired. I don't know. I don't know what she's tired doing. She ain't watching her kid. No, I just wanted to bring this up because maybe this is a case where something like this gets the ball rolling to where something can be done to stop these kids just from wilding out. Like, it's insane. Truly it is. But something has to be done because younger and younger and younger. But that's it for this video. You already know the drill. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. Comment down below. Tell me your thoughts. Yet again, I'm gonna ask you guys again. Do you feel like this is the right course of action? Especially for parents like this who seemingly just don't give a damn. Do you think that's what is best to do? And subscribe if you want to see more. Peace.